Hello friends, let's start learning the state machine. So here is a workflow. You must have seen this kind of workflow. So where you have multiple states and there are transitions, right? There is a final state. There are multiple different states. So what are all this? Let me explain you. So for this to understand 100% with 100% clarity, all you need to do is you have to continue with me until the end of the video. Okay, and as I am doing, you have to start practicing on your laptop. So as I'm dragging and dropping the activities, you do the same. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, let me delete all of this and then we will start from very beginning. So as I said, the only rule is while I am doing it, you also try to drag and drop the activities and do along with me. Okay, so once you know, then you will be able to design your own workflow the way you want. Okay, for state machine, what you do, first of all, we need to understand, go to activities and here you type state. Simple. So when you do this, if you look at it, there are three different activities. One is state, the other one is final state, the third one is state machine. So these are the three things we have to know. So to work on state machine, the first thing I have to do is I have to drag and drop the state machine. This one, okay? You have to drag and drop state machine. Just by doing this, if you expand it, you will see it looks more like a flow chart. Okay, it looks more like a flow chart, but the techniques are slightly different, which I am going to teach you. So this is clear. You have done until here. Now, the next thing all I have to do, I have to drag the next activity called state. Okay, just drag below the stat and join it. So this is called state and make it slightly enlarge. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one example to illustrate as to how this state machine works. Now for this, all you do, you give a name, get initial amount. So this is my first state where I'm asking user how much amount do you have. Okay, so here you can give an annotation, just do as I am doing, how much amount user has. Okay, this is what I am asking in this particular state. So all you have to do, once you have done this much, just double click. Okay, double click and you will see something like this. So there are two things, entry and exit. So these are the two different states. That means when it enters, what are the activities you want to execute, and while it exits, what are the activities you want to execute. So that is the meaning. Done? Okay, very good. Now the first thing I will do, I will drag and drop an input dialog box. Okay, I'm dragging and dropping an input dialog box, and here I'm going to give a title. So let's give a title, available amount. Okay, and here in the input level I'm asking how much money is available with you. Okay, so this is the question I'll ask to the user, and I'm going to allow the user to enter an input. So let the input control plus K will get stored something called available amount. Okay, this is the variable which I have created. Okay, so while any variable you are creating, ensure you come over here and start making it to state machine so that I can use this variable anywhere I want. And because it is an integer, let me put it as integer. Done. Okay, so this is done. So it has asked the amount and I am done with this. Now what would happen to the next one? I am going to show him what are the things he can buy. So I'm going to drag and drop another state, or the better one is I can just copy the above one, and I'm going to change it. Either ways you can do. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop this. Done. Either you drag and drop the state or you copy this and put it, and here you change the name. Here I'm going to allow the user to make a choice which product he wants to buy. Okay, I'm putting make a choice, and here let me change the text, choose your product, right? User will choose a product to buy. Okay, are you done until here? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag and drop and connect from that state to this state. So in this state, what I'm going to do, here in the dialog box, I'm going to make the change. So I will say make a choice and here in input dialog box I am going to provide the choices. Okay, so what are the choices? So I'll go to this option and I am going to start writing it. So first of all, let me put a curly braces. Let me make it slightly larger so all of you can see it. So once you put a curly braces, all I'm going to do, I'm going to write in double quotes 1 dot t is equal to $10, let's say, or $10. Okay, then put a comma, then write in double quotes again 2 dot coffee, which is, let's say, $20. Done. Simple. Put a comma, and then let's say I'm going to say third one is snacks. Okay, and here let it be $30. Quite expensive, but it's all right. Okay, so now I'm going to end it with the curly braces. So that's the syntax. Okay, so that way it will become a multiple choice for him and it will show him what are the product he needs. So highly possible that one customer will say I do not need anything. Possible. So let me also write that choice. So I'm going to put a comma, and here I'm going to write in double quotes, which is fourth option, I do not need anything. This could be 4 possible choices, right? So done. So it's going to show those options to the user to choose from. Okay, so once it does, the choice, the user product choice, right? So the product choice, let me delete this variable, and I'm going to enter, I'll create a new variable called product choice. Okay, so I'm making product choice, so it should be in camel case. So product P should be small, product C capital. Okay, done. I've created the variable. So every time you are creating a variable, what I said, all I have to do is go to variable, and I have to, so let it be string. It will be a string type, right? Product choice string, and here the scope, all I have to do is change it to state machine. Simple. We are done until here. Very good. Now after that, once the product is selected, I'm going to use a if condition to determine what is his selection. Okay, so let's say the product choice will remain in this particular variable. So I'm saying if, so I'm saying product choice is equals to I do not need anything. If it is I do not need anything, then it should exit out of the loop. Okay, it should come out of everything and go to the final state. So before doing this, all you do, highlight this input dialog box, and here you copy paste this to a notepad, so that that will make slightly easy for us to, you know, why I'm writing a condition, I can copy exactly, so I will not make a mistake. So let me copy this, the fourth one. Okay, so keep it on a notepad. Have you kept it on a notepad, all of those options? After that, all I have to do is I am going to write if product choice is equals to paste I do not need anything, then what would happen, let me create a variable. Okay, choice. So control plus, so here I can say simply choice, and I'm going to make a boolean variable, and I'm going to keep it to again state machine. So all the variables you have to keep it in state machine, and here I'm going to assign true. Initially it will be true. Okay, so if customer is choosing the product I do not, I mean here is making I do not need anything. Okay, that time what you do, use a assign activity. Simple. And here I'm going to make choice, the variable choice, I'm going to make it false, because customer is choosing I do not need anything, so I will make it false. Simple. Okay, so customer, when he chooses false, let us go back to state machine. Okay, you are back to the state machine page. Here let me drag and drop another state called final state. Okay, I'm going to drag and drop the final state, and here if you see, here automatically this is called transition. Okay, this particular transition I can apply a condition. So in this one I did not apply any condition, that's, you know, it will simply flow without any check. In this one I will put a condition, if choice is equal to false, then you come to final state. Clear? So that is the use of transition. Simple, making easy. False. All right, if choice is equal to false, then only it will come to the final state. So let's run until here, and then we will make other branches. If he's selecting tea or coffee, then what is the amount he has, it should minus from that. So all of that we will do. Now let's run it and see how it works. Okay, simple one I have created. So now you must have got an idea how it works, right? So you can see the prompt has come. How much money is available with you? Let's say I'm saying $100 I have. Click on OK. Then it is giving me a choice. Let's say I'm choosing I do not need anything, for which I have written the conditions. So automatically it is ending. So what you do in the final state, put a message box. So anytime it comes to a final, and in the final state there is no exit, there is only entry, right? Only entry activities you can write. Okay, so here I'm saying process finished. Okay, so that gives an indication that the workflow is flowing till here. So let's run once again and see if it is flowing and showing that message process finished. If I am selecting I do not need anything. So initially just go with this example. Later you can modify depending on your ideas that you get. You can change as you want. So our goal is to understand. You can see process finished. So it is flowing in the right way. So our goal is to understand state machine. Okay. So now we understood until here. Now there is another thing can happen. What is that? If customer is choosing anything else, product choice is something else, tea or coffee he is choosing. Okay. If chooses, what it should do? First of all, it should check how much available amount is there and what is the product amount. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me use a assign activity. Okay, so what is happening here, the product amount, if you see in the input dialog box, they are actually tagged with a string 1.t hyphen $10, but I need only this value for my calculation, right? So how will I get this value? So here what I'm going to do, that is product choice, I'm going to create another variable called control plus k, and I will say product value. Okay, I've created product value. Ensure anytime you are creating a variable, change to sequence, and it's supposed to be integer type. Okay, state machine done. All right, now let's go back, and here I'm going to teach you the VB.NET method. How will you write that VB.NET code? So here in the assign activity, so let me expand slide a bit. So here all I have to do, that entire string is available in this variable called product choice, right? So from that I need only that digits. So what I will do, I'll write something called, there is a write is the method, write in bracket product choice is my variable, right? So let me write that variable properly, product choice. Check your spelling. Okay, if you make a spelling mistake, then it will not function, comma 2. So what is the meaning? Write product choice comma 2 meaning, so in your entire, if this is your entire text, entire string, from this string it will go to extreme right, and from there it will choose the two characters. So the two characters has nothing but 10. So that is the meaning, write product choice variable which contains your entire selection. From there it will only choose the last two characters, comma 2, from the right hand side, from the extreme right hand side. That is the meaning. Okay, so once it takes that data, it remains in the string format only, because our product choice variable is a string variable, if you remember. Okay, so what I'm going to do, from this I want to convert the string variable into integer, so that I'll get a number, right? So 10 can be string. If I convert it to integer, it will become a integer format. So this is the exact formula you have to write, or code you have to write. Cint write product choice your variable comma 2. Done. Now, so what is happening, the product value will come to this variable product value in an integer format, wherein the product choice was a string variable, which I said few minutes back. Okay, so this is done. So once this is done, the product value will come. Now there are two things. The product value could be more than the available amount or less than the available amount. What I mean, if I'm entering $100, then I can buy a tea. If I'm having $8, I cannot buy a tea because it's less than the product value, right? So it will deny your processing. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another assign activity, and I'm going to select if the product value is greater or less. Okay, so that is what I need. So our next condition, so this is clear, product value, it will capture the product value. Okay, so once it captures the product value, let me go back to the state machine. So until now you have done it. Okay, hope you are doing along with me. If not, continue to do along with me. So once we are done until here, I am going to add another activity, another state activity over here, drag and drop. Okay, and here there are two conditions can happen, right? If the amount, available amount is greater than the product amount, then you can buy. If it is less than that, then you cannot buy, so your payment should be denied. So I'm creating an activity called deny if the product value is greater than the available amount with me. So again, let me drag and drop. So when you are doing this, let me keep it slightly aside. So anywhere you keep a pointer, you will get this. Anywhere you can keep. Okay, so I am connected. So once you have connected, click on this. So here, instead of T3, I am going to say deny. I'm going to give a name to this, deny. What is the condition? If product value is greater than available amount, so you have entered the available amount $8, but the product value is $10, then it will deny your payment. Okay, all right, so let's go back to state machine. So now you will see it is connected. Let me go to the deny state, and here I will put a message box and say to the user that you cannot buy this product because you cannot buy this product as your available amount is low, which is dollar. Okay, and here I'll give a plus sign. Okay, you can see it, right? So here I'll give a plus sign, and here I want to show his available amount. Okay, I'm going to show the available amount dot toString, which is $8 or whatever he's entering, right? So I'm going to say toString. Done. Okay, so let me click on okay. So I'm done until here. So it is going to show that amount. Now the next thing which can happen is, let me copy paste the similar activity. So once it denies, what should happen? So once it denies, it will go to finish state, right? So I'm going to connect it. So there is no condition required for this one. Now let me copy and paste this box, keep it to the right hand side, so you can enlarge your view. So let me enlarge it slight a bit so that I can adjust my box. Okay, now all I'm going to do, okay, all right, so now I have this activity, and here I should make it allow. So your processing is allowed. When it is allowed, again you have to apply a condition, right? So this condition will go here, double click, and here I'm going to change the name to allow. Okay, and here I'm going to write a message box and show him the remaining amount. Okay, so here I'm going to say your payment is successful and the remaining amount is, and I can write dollar. So for the remaining amount, what I will do, I'll use a assign activity on top of this. Okay, and here let me create another variable, control plus K, and I will say remaining or balance, right? Simply create a variable called balance. So the balance amount is what will be your available amount minus product value. Okay, so that will become a balance. So this balance amount should be integer type. So I always go to your variable panel, change it to integer type, and let me also apply it to the state machine if in case if I need anywhere. Okay, done. So now here in this message box, I'll go here, very simple, and I am going to show something. So I'll say plus sign, and I am going to say balance amount. So it is going to show that balance amount. Done. So entire workflow is done. Balance amount dot toString. Okay, so my workflow is completed. Hope this example is clear. So this is the time now to run it and see, okay, whether it is working the way we want it. So first of all, let me click on run. Okay, error, validation error, state allow must have at least one transition. Okay, there is something that we have missed. So let me auto hide. Okay, so all I have to do, anytime I'm dragging dropping a state, it should have a connection. So after this, where it should go? It should go to the final state. Done. Now I think it is all clear. Let me run it. Okay, okay, so now it has come. So first it's asking how much money is available with you. Let's say I'm entering $8. Click on OK, and I'm making a choice, let's say coffee, which is $20. So it should deny my payment. Your payment is successful and the remaining amount is minus 12. Okay, so that means what is happening, this you cannot buy this product as your available amount is low, which is $8. Okay, so what went wrong, tell me. So here in the allow condition, we did not put any kind of condition. So here, go to the state machine. Making sense? So here in this transition, double click on the transition. Okay, so all of this activity we have actually written inside the transition. So I made that mistake. So let me do a control Z, delete that, and I have to put all these activities within the, one second. Okay, so let me control X, go to state machine. So you have to be very careful. Go to allow, and here I wanted to paste. Okay, the balance amount, your payment, and the remaining amount is going to show. But one thing we have to do is, while you are going to the transition, there I have to write a condition. So what is the condition here? The product, it will come to this particular option only when the available amount is greater than the product value. So because we did not put a condition, it went both the ways. This side also it went, that side also went. Okay, so that's why I have to put a condition. So once the condition is written, so this has a condition where I'm saying product value is greater, so he cannot buy. And on the right hand side, I had put a condition now where I'm saying available amount is greater. Only then it will go to that particular state. Okay, now everything is clear. So let's run it and see. Allow must have at least one transition, so it did not save it. So let's save that. Don't worry about it, while creating, this will happen, not to worry. The errors are coming, it's good. Okay, now let's run it. Now let's see how it works. How much money is available? Let's say I'm having $8. Click on OK, and I want to buy snacks, let's say $30. So it should deny, right? You cannot buy this product as your available amount is low. So it is coming to this left hand side, which is $8. Very good. So this is process finished. So it's working perfectly fine. Let's test the other one. So state machine is very clear now, right? After a long time with this simple example. Okay, so now let's open the other one. Let me enter, let's say $200 I have, and what I want to buy, let's say I want to buy snacks, $30. Click on OK. Your payment is successful and the remaining amount is $170. Very good. And now it is coming to the final state, process finished. Very good, guys. So hope you guys have understood state machine. I hope this example will give you a lot more ideas to make different changes this way, that way. You can connect it to different, let's say you want to go back to the initial amount, all this you can connect, from here you can also connect. So as you want, if you highlight your mouse pointer, it will also allow you to connect. You can also connect the same box again to here, depending on your conditions. Okay, so all of this can be done in a state machine, which gives you that extra flexibility. Instead of a flowchart, if statement, switch statement, this gives you an extra flexibility. So that's where we have to learn about state machines, guys. Thank you so much.